Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. The disbelief rally continues. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also do have the premium list, the prices of which are going up later this week. So if you want to lock in the low rate, make sure you guys check it out if you want to know how I am navigating the cryptoverse. I gotta say, I took a 2-day vacation to the beach this past weekend with my family, and this is the first vacation I've taken for probably 2 years. Man, I feel good, and I'm ready for some Bitcoin bears to get wrecked here over the next few months. So let's talk about why people, why is this a disbelief rally? But I'm telling you now, this is it. This is it. Okay? This is a low. This is a higher low. We held the line. And I told you guys way back, like I told you guys weeks ago, there's 3 things we got to do. I'm not going to change my tune after it happens, right? I gave you guys the 3 things. We need to be above the 20-week SMA. That's the first thing we have to do. We rallied above the 20-week SMA. That was check, right? Check number 1. What's number 2? We need a golden cross. We got a golden cross. The 50-day and the 200-day, all right? Here it is, golden cross. What did I tell you guys about the golden cross too? I mean, I said it's probably a lot of times after a golden cross, it goes down first. I mean, it does, right? Look at all the golden crosses we've ever had. Look at this one. Look at this one. We had a golden cross. It initially went down. A lot of golden crosses, it initially goes down. But the overall trend is the same, right? Unless you're in a long reaccumulation, which I didn't say. I mean, I think it was a 3 to 6 month lull. I didn't say like it's going to be a 2-year accumulation phase. But no, what happens after a golden cross? Typically, you rally into a golden cross, and then after a golden cross, it drops a little bit. But you don't need to concern yourself with that, right? You're not getting out of bed for that. You don't care if it drops. Just, this is an opportunity. And I said too, we get a September shakeout. It's often we get a September shakeout, minus 6% on average. This month we saw minus 7%. And where did we hold the line? On the bull market support band, which is the 3rd box to check. We held the line. And I told you guys that was what we had to do. Bitcoin had to hold the line. Once we got above the 20-week, once we had a golden cross, the only other thing left to do for Bitcoin, hold the damn line. If you hold the line, what happens? Clear skies ahead. Clear skies ahead. Now, this is what we've seen. Look, I know people are looking at it like it can't keep going up. It has to go back down. But I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it could come back down. I mean, even if, but I don't think it's going to go back to those low valuations that people, the Bitcoin bears are calling for. I really don't. I think it's a pipe dream. We held the line. We had the golden cross. We were above the 20-week. That's good enough for me. I said, if we get those 3 things, we have clear skies ahead. Why fight it, right? I mean, that's the path of least resistance. What's likely to, an asset moving up is more likely to continue moving up than an asset that's not. Bitcoin's moving up. A lot of assets are not. A lot of other assets are not. I would say Bitcoin's much more likely to continue moving up than those other assets. Now, what are some scenarios where we get a pullback and we still continue higher? Yeah, I mean, we're coming in on the resistance of these prior levels, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we can't have pullbacks. We could. Who cares though? I mean, if you've been in crypto for a while, these pullbacks should not scare you at this point, right? They simply just should not scare you. And I've been dealing with so many bears on my feed for a while now. And it's funny because, people are now painting me out to be a permabull and whatnot and saying things that like, oh, well, Bitcoin only ever goes up. That's not true. Go back to my videos. I was like the only person over here saying, hey, we're too far extended. We need a lull in the market. We need a 3 to 6 month bear market before we're back on track. I don't remember many other people saying it back then. So I come at it from a very unbiased perspective. When we were over here, I said we were too far gone. We need to come back down for a while. We need to go test some of these lower levels. We need to hold the line on the bull market support band. And we've done that. Okay, we've done it. And so what I see here, look, we're coming in on some resistance levels. And if we look at the four major peaks that we've seen before, we're coming in on them. Okay, and the first one we're actually coming in on, we're coming in hot right now. Okay, so these are some levels to watch. Around 58K or so is going to be the first area, but I mean really anywhere between 58 64K we could get some resistance in those areas. All right. And look, if we do, what are some areas we'd want to hold as support? Well, the bottom line is we want to hold the 20-week. We sure as better hell hold that, because if we don't, then we have to go into another lull in the market, and no one wants that. Is it a possibility? Hey, it's always a possibility. And in that time, Bitcoin dominance will likely continue going up, even though the Bitcoin dominance is going up now. By the way, on the premium list, if you're not familiar with it, on intothecryptoverse.com, price is going up later this week. I said for the last 5 months, the Bitcoin dominance was going to go up in Q4. I was preparing people for this very thing. So we use data science to try to understand what's going to happen in the market. Now look, as we come up on this area up here, that ranges between, let's say, a modest 58 to 64K, maybe all the way up to 65K, because this wick actually was closer to 65 than 64. Let's just say 58 to 65K. There could be some resistance there. But at the same time, we've also seen things where what we think is going to be resistance, Bitcoin slices through it like butter. So let's not assume that Bitcoin can't do that. But what I would say is be conservative with your outlook, right? Be conservative, be pleasantly surprised if it outperforms your expectations. My expectation is that Bitcoin will trend higher with time. That's my baseline expectation here, is it should trend higher with time. Look, could we get rejected off of this on our first attempt? Yeah, we could, right? We could easily get rejected of it off our first attempt. But even if we do, what are some areas to watch in the event that it does get rejected? Well, it would be the bull market support band and the 8-week SMA, I'd say. I mean, the 8-week SMA is already at 49.7K. So that's the pink line right here. So in the event of a pullback, I would say watch the 8-week. We were able to hold the 8-week before. I don't know if we're going to hold it this leg or not, but watch the 8-week. If we fall below that, watch the bull market support band. The 21-week EMA is now at, it's almost 43K. The 20-week SMA, the 20-week SMA is at almost 43K. The 21-week EMA is at around 46K. So about a $3,000 difference there. So watch this line in the event of a pullback. But even if it pulls back, I'm still relatively optimistic, because holding the line as it's moving up is a lot more attractive than holding the line as it's moving down. Look, Bitcoin has done what we said it needed to do to have another leg. We outlined for 3 different things. As far as I'm concerned, those have all been fulfilled. I don't really see any reason why we need to do anything more than that. It's certainly possible that we get pullbacks. I mean, it'd be crazy to assume we're not going to get pullbacks. Even on this move, we had pullbacks. So we're going to have pullbacks at some point. Whether it's a pullback, say here back to these levels and then we continue higher, or whether we just rally above it and then come back down to hold this as support, I don't know, right? I don't know. I can't predict those things, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish I had a crystal ball, but unfortunately I do not. So what I am saying is that the bears are in disbelief. Okay, they're in absolute disbelief, because why? Well, again, they thought that just because you have just because you rally off the 50 week, you have to have a 2-year bear market. I said that no, you don't, right? And what would cause that? The cycle to go on, right? The cycle to go on. We held the line, had a golden cross. Look, we're already above 57K. The bears are going to redraw their lines again, because as far as I can tell, that was where 57K was yet another line they recently drew. They're going to be screaming it to trap to 100K. That's my opinion. I don't know when we're going to make it there, but I do think Bitcoin looks incredibly bullish. And we might have. I think there's a high probability we're going to have some retests and whatnot, and some pullbacks, some consolidation. But I think it's just all noise. I think it's all noise, and generally we should have clear skies ahead. Worst case scenario. I guess worst case scenario is that we're in a bear market. But I don't think that's the case. If I'm wrong. Right? If I'm wrong and this is a bear market and we end up trending down, look, the 200-week probably is the bottom. If I'm wrong, right? If I'm wrong, and that's at around 16,400 today, right? I mean, it's going to change. I mean, by the time we would get to those levels, it would take months and months and months. So, I mean, by the time we get to it, it would be like 20K or something. But I'm just sort of showing you, if I'm wrong, where could prices actually go? My speculation is we will go to the 200-week, we're not going there anytime soon. I mean, by the time we make it there, the price could, and the 200-week could be where the prices are today, right? I mean, it could look something like that. So I mean, imagine we do something like this. I really don't know. Like I'm just dubiously speculating over here. I mean, we could do something like that, right? And then the 200-week SMA, like maybe we end up going too up, but it's at a much higher valuation than where it is today. So I just wanted to provide an update. Bitcoin, it's still, I mean, from my perspective, it still looks pretty bullish. I go into this with the expectation that there's going to be pullbacks along the way, and that any pullback the bears are going to use as an opportunity to say, hey, see, I told you so. But look, we've rallied from 29K all the way up to 57K. Hell, what? When we get to 58K, that's a 2x. That's a 2x. We held the line. Clear skies ahead as far as I'm concerned. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Remember, we do have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. You will get access to weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, and more. So make sure you guys check it out. Prices on that are going to be going up later this week. So if you lock in the low rate, you can keep it as long as you do not cancel. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time.